What is going on, guys? Welcome back. I cannot believe that we're going to have this discussion. I really can't. But I want you to understand, whether you love my content, hate my content, somewhere in between, this impacts every single Madden gamer. And it is my opinion that we are getting into a very, very toxic relationship as gamer and game company. And a big part of this game company is starting to revolve around game changers, streamers, and content creators. And I'm going to prove that to you in this video. Now, EA is no stranger to having issues like this. I actually covered a couple years ago through FIFA, they were having issues with, we'll call it card control. The fact that EA has already dealt with this and we now see it modern day impacting Madden 26 shows us that there is a culture issue at EA. That the employees there, something is not aligning with the value of the customer. Now, I want to start with the understanding that this could very well be a person's job. Okay. Interestingly enough, this person uses the username toxic. Okay. How fitting. I will agree that it is not a bad idea for EA to come out and show streamers, content creators with these elite cards. Okay. Because if they do, it will encourage people to buy packs. Having said that, simply because it's not a bad idea does not mean that EA should have been doing this. So what we are to understand is you basically have a paid EA employee openly controlling what some people would refer to as streamer luck, or essentially coming online, streaming a game, having a following, and receiving cards in a way that from the percentage of the pack back to back would be similar to someone winning the lotto twice in a day. You could easily qualify a casual buyer as never having this luck because we've seen those casual gamers come online and open up $200-$300 worth of packs trying to chase these cards, never come close. I also don't think we can overstate that EA has created a very, very toxic game economy where they are skimming coins off resale. So by design, the value of these cards in EA's currency is already pushing back against the user from the start. Now, I do also want to address the other side of this, and that it's not his job, okay? That he's just trying to help his friend, that he's just giving him these cards. Again, I would offer that having issues 4 years ago, you would think EA would try to police these things a little better. But that EA employee, as I just mentioned, is kind of dealing with something that to them is worthless, right? It's a digital card. It's going to be worthless next year. I made a whole video about this last month where I said, the fact that the community seems to be so accepting of these step-up cards, where you have to have this card to get that card to get this card, and everything is done in sequence is this huge issue. Because what you're doing is you're creating the situation where to get these cards, you need to either invest a lot of money or you need to invest a lot of time. But now you see both of those being circumvented by someone literally just giving this person the cards on stream. We also have seen some reports the cards are being given away that aren't resold to the public. So cards you maybe can't get anymore are being funneled to creators. I also would be remiss if I didn't take a moment just to make sure everyone is still aware that there are gamers right now that don't have their pre-order bonuses fulfilled. There are gamers right now paying for premium monthly passes to Ultimate Team, neither of which are going to be given this opportunity. And that's what I really want to sink in. People that bought this game early are waiting for promotions, while EA Sports is giving card packs to streamers. The reality is, there's not a lot of people talking about this because that's part of the problem. Do you think the guy getting the cards for free, whether he's streaming or not, is going to say something? Of course not. He wants to maintain this relationship with EA. Do you think the current people aligned with EA are going to say something? Of course not. They want to keep their relationship strong with EA. They want to make sure, hey, I get that exclusive content. I get those exclusive packs. Can I get those cards? And that's why, as I mentioned before, it's very ironic that this username for the EA employee is toxic. Because I think that's what defines this system. I also don't think EA employees play Madden Ultimate Team. I don't think they understand what the normal gamer, your average gamer, spends in time or in money. But I do know that you cannot load this game up without Madden Ultimate Team being spoon-fed to you. And it is an environment where your chance of getting these promoted cards is likely around 5% or less. So it has to be disheartening to go and watch a streamer be handed a good number of them. And a lot of people come to my channel and say, oh, you're just negative. There's nothing more negative than a company disrespecting its customers. And some people will also say, well, you come on here and you talk about the problem, but you don't give a solution. It's really not, as a community, our place to tell EA how to fix all these problems. We are the customer. We should be provided a product that is fair and functioning. We should not have to sit here and explain to EA how they can make the game fair and balanced. But if you want my opinion, everything needs to be overhauled. Everything. You should not have people out here spending $400 trying to get cards that a streamer gets handed. You should not have those cards that streamer gets handed also routinely getting burnt by average cards that anyone can go pull. And I'll also say, to close this out, the fact that people will watch this video and leave comments like, yeah, well, this has been going on for a while, and, well, if you play Madden Ultimate Team or you pay for packs, you deserve this. I understand the frustration, but again, that's part of the problem. There is this culture that EA has cultivated for years of rewarding content creators that best suit them. That is how we are here. What you're looking at now is just a trickle-down effect of that. EA does so much to control the narrative, the opinion of its game, that very rarely do creators kind of slip through that crack and manage to come out and have content that is viewed. Because EA has not only aligned with a lot of larger creators, but as I've covered in the past, go look at the YouTube channel Trumpet Monkey. They have tried to create them as well. They have literally sought out creators and said, listen, you might not have a big following, but we think if we give you this footage, you'll eventually get one. EA doesn't want people talking about this. EA wants people to see its game, think that it's great, and watch content creators that, for the most part, align with that. But I think this year, more than ever before, we're seeing people saying, you know what, no, wait a second. A lot of this game isn't functioning right. A lot of this game isn't designed to the level we expect it to be. A lot of this programming is very elementary. A lot of this logic is very basic. And not only that, when we multiply seasons throughout the course of a year, we see all of that culminate with logic that just doesn't follow even common sense. Rosters that aren't built properly, teams that have a salary cap that doesn't make any sense. Those are topics for another video. But as far as I'm concerned, when you have an EA employee giving a streamer cards openly in public, knowing people are going to talk about this, it just shows me they don't care. They don't care what you think. They don't care what I have to say, but it doesn't mean that I won't be back in the week with more commentary.